All right. Hello, we are back, and we are doing one of fucking 3 solo sessions. Hello, Echo. You missed some shit.
I was eeping.
he was eeping, and that is
I
in
was in
fact
Eep Dreamland. It was delightful, I
yes.
think.
It,
Question mark.
question mark. One way to find out. But yeah, for a small recap, both for Echo and the viewers. Last session, from at least for Echo, it was they ended up getting closer to the mountain that contains Chichidel, and ended up finding this odd town that seemed to be a little silly goofy, a little odd, a little off-putting, and encountered Judas there, who ended up striking potentially some sort of deal with Egg? Question mark. Although there was
Mm.
discussion of potentially backstabbing him. That was about as far
Yeah.
as Echo really got before he got a little too eepy sleepy. So. Hi.
Yeah.
Oh!
Goodbye. I'm zonked the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here.
But yeah, that is where things kind of left off for Echo before he completely drifted off to sleep for that session.
Yer.
So, Echo,
Yeah.
when you're sleeping fucking great. You sleep well as fuck. Like you wake up, this is the most well rested you felt in a while. You're
Yeah.
you're the resident sleepy boy of the party. So,
Yeah.
but you wake up, and well, you're not in Chum's arms,
Huh.
nor are you in a forest.
Okay.
You're in a bed in this kind of gray scale place. Everything looks very gray, and the air feels remarkably still.
Ooh. 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 No.
But that's where you
Um.
wake up. What do you do?
Well, first I'm gonna be like, Chum. Hello, and I'm looking around.
Yeah, you're looking around. Yeah, there no Chum, no Oswald, no Nephthys, no Egg. Just this little gray, cozy looking bedroom.
Too cozy, huh? Well, I'm getting up. I'm standing up immediately. I'm like, okay, I'm awake. I'm awake.
Yeah.
Uh, and I'm looking around, and I'm going, okay. So we got some scenarios could have happened. I'm saying this out loud, by the
Mm-hmm.
way. And he's kind of pacing the room. He's going, well, all right. Scenario one: I fall asleep in sweet Boyo's arms. He drops me on accident. Maybe, fuck, Judas was there. Maybe Judas is like, haha, I have your boyfriend now, and I'm being held hostage. That would be so cliche and stupid. I'm gonna cross that one out. The Fucky Wucky Town sucked us in, and I'm in Fucky Wucky Townsville, and so is everyone else. Um, I'm in Chichidel. That one wouldn't make any sense though, but is there a door?
There is a
No,
door.
I'm for.
Yeah, there's a door.
I'm gonna approach it and slowly creak it open and kind of poke my head through.
Yep, you do that. And as you poke your head through, you just kind of see another, you see a hallway, all very scale still. And you can hear some talking in another room.
Okay, I'm gonna creep over, sneaky, stealthily, and eavesdrop.
Okay, go ahead and roll stealth.
All right. Nat 20.
Woo! Let's go! All right. So yeah, you creep through this hallway. You manage to find kind of like a pillar of sorts at the end of it, and you're able to kind of hide yourself behind it. And as you do so, you see 2 figures in the room who are, well, they're colored. They are not all grayscale like everything else. You see Aroa, who looks jacked the fuck up. Like, he
Uh-oh.
is missing an eye. He's missing an arm.
Uh-oh.
And he looks like half dead, but he's sitting there. And you also see Raylan, who is across from him. who looks a little rough, but not nearly as bad as Aroa. He is sitting there just talking to Aroa. They're both talking in relatively hushed terms, and you can hear this interaction going on of Raylan just, "Ooh," it's like, "Look, I know that you have some hesitance about this idea." It's like, "Wow, really? I have hesitance about you giving something that powerful to someone else after you stole said thing from me to fuck around with for your own personal gain. Really, Raylan? Really? I'm shocked that you came to this revelation that I would think this is a bad idea. I look, I am aware that I made some very poor mistakes. I'm aware. But we are kind of running out of options here." It's like, "And you know my opinion. Not that you're going to take it into consideration anyways." And Roa's gonna pause. And the pillar that's in front of you, Echo, it just turns into sand in front of you.
Hey.
Roa's like, "Oh, you're awake. Echo, actually, I'm glad you're awake. Sorry to, snatch you away, here." It's like, wow, great apology, too. It's like, oh,
Hey, so, if you're here and Raylan's here, does that mean Judas frickin' took me to Chiron or some shit?
No. And Raylan's gonna kind of walk over like, no. You are not in Judas's jurisdiction or Chiron's. We actually, Aurora, how do we put this? Why am I asking you? You're terrible at explaining things lightly. It's like, okay then. It's like, anyways, to put it simply, Chiron is, well, we're no longer in Chiron's jurisdiction. That's a good thing.
Okay.
He's kinda trapped now.
Wait, what?
Well, you see, the thing that your friends was trying to accomplish, and Aurora's gonna cut him off, like, "Okay, you're taking too long to explain this. Alright, Echo, this is what happened. You know how you and your friends were possibly going to potentially imprison Chiron in the metal skeleton thing Judas was talking about?"
Yeah, I mean, I barely remember that. I was kind of out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that you were. Not that I recall. Yeah. Well, it's done. He's entrapped within that skeleton thing, but of course, it's not always that, simple. He's limited, but he may or may not be on a warpath against you and your friends now. And might be making a new goal of trying to destroy all of humanity, all mortals. And gods, yes, he's a little pissed off, to put it lightly. And your friends are safe, by the way. In fact, you're actually resting with Chum right now. This is just your self-consciousness being projected here.
Oh.
Yes. It's like, they're all safe, although Egg and Oswald very much almost weren't.
Oh.
Yeah. Staring contest against a very pissed off war god is not exactly the best way to go about things. Anyways, that's what happened, and Raylan here decided to convince me of a very questionable choice. Like, questionable, but potentially necessary, and I say out of everyone there, Echo would be the most likely to be trusted with this, given he doesn't exactly have a bias towards any sort of god.
Hold on. Trusted with what?
It's like, yeah, hold on. It's like, Echo, so, to put it simply, this timeline that you guys are currently on is out of Aurora's jurisdiction. As in, he's never seen it. And he can't see where it's going.
Okay.
This could be a good thing, or it could be another really, really bad timeline. So, I talked to Aroa. You've seen the little pocket watch a few times now, I believe.
Yeah.
And Raylan's gonna pull out a pocket watch. This one looks kind of old. It looks worn and well used, quite frankly. You do notice there's some initials carved on the back as well. An A and also an L. It's like... So... I'm going to entrust you with this. In case things go wrong.
What? Okay. Why me though?
And Raylan goes to answer. Aroa's actually going to interrupt, like, because you don't have a loyalty to any god. Because Oswald, while he is remarkably and kind of disturbingly loyal to me, does get a bit reckless at times and sometimes acts before he thinks. Nephthys has a very solid head on his shoulders, a very trustworthy ally to Cebu, but if anything happens to the people he cares about, well, we can't guarantee that either. Egg is a wild card altogether, completely out of the question, and Solar is incredibly devout to Bestoa. You, however, your devotion is not to any sort of god. It's not tied to any gods. Therefore, I unfortunately agree with Raylan that you would be the best person to hold on to this, as you are the least likely to be swayed by other gods' decisions. Because I can imagine several other gods would not be happy with this decision.
When you put it that way, it's pretty solid reasoning, actually.
And Raylan's gonna be like, see, told you. It's like, shut up.
Okay, so, well, if I'm going to hold on to this, and I don't take it yet.
Yeah.
I want to know what my expectations are, what are the ground rules, what not to do, and how do I keep it safe? Because I know this thing can fuck shit up real bad.
And both Raylan and even Aroa actually look kind of relieved that you want to ask these kind of questions. And Aroa's like, I am feeling a little more reassured already. It's like, very well, ground rules for this thing, only use it if things get a little too catastrophic. And by that I mean if you start seeing a constant amount of time rifts. You've already had your experience seeing a few of them. If you start seeing, say, several of them at once, you just turn back the dial by an hour. That's the other rule. Only turn it back by 1 hour. No more, no less.
So you turn back an hour and then you, like, press the little thingamajig on top?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Cool.
It's like, yes. This will not apply to your companions if they do fall. I want that to be made very clear. This will include Chum.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm glad you understand. I'm surprised you're not putting up much of an argument on that.
No, like, saving a loved one's all well and good, but I'm not about to fuck with the timeline, dude. I don't know how that works, and I'm not about to, like, bring him back as some eldritch horror or whatever the fuck.
Raylan should have taken notes from you. Okay, that was uncalled for. Like, no, it wasn't.
Alright, let's chill.
It's like, right. Anyways, glad to see that we're on the same page. It's like, let me think. Other rules. Oh! Do not tell the others about this. None of them.
Yeah, as much as I feel weird, I kind of think that's for the best. Like,
I also agree.
I trust my group, but this is scary, and maybe they wouldn't mean to, but if they let this slip, this could be bad.
Yeah. And our biggest worry is that, no offense to the other members of your group, I think some of them might think that they know better and try to take a hold of it.
Yeah.
You can see how that could be a problem. But
Yeah.
But I feel as though they don't give you as much credit as you are due for. Sure, you can be a little bit hot-headed, and yes, you've mouthed off to me more than once, but at the same time, I do hold a bit of admiration towards the fact you don't fear any gods for the fact that they are gods. I respect that.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Hmm? Like, you don't need to thank me for my opinion.
No, I suppose not, but it does make me feel good that you think that way. I don't know. Fuck it.
It's like, well, it's like, any other rules I can think of? Oh, obviously, do not let this fall into Chiron's hands. He knows how to use this.
Okay, if it gets close to doing that, what's the failsafe?
Break it. Destroy it.
Got it.
Like, by any means necessary, if it tries to fall into any of the gods' hands, quite frankly, destroy it.
Okay. Is there an easy way to do that? Is there a self-destruct button, or just smash it with a hammer?
Smash the face of it. If you break the face
Okay.
of the watch, it will be useless.
Perfect. Just gotta get big rock and go bam,
Yeah, pretty much. It's like,
bam, bam.
Rail's gonna try, like, honestly, it's kind of a really clumsy way to make a godly artifact. Like, I didn't ask you.
Hey, failsafes are good.
It's like, and for that reason, too. That was a
Hey,
verb
I do
failsafe.
have my dagger. I can just smash the pommel into it.
It's like, that would work. Like, yeah, that could work.
Just stab the clock.
Yeah. So.
I guess that would be one way of killing time.
Yeah. Aurora actually snorts a laugh at that. Just, god damn it. That was a good one. Okay.
I'm a bard. What can I say?
True. Anything else? Yeah, I think that might cover it all. Yeah, just. Oh, should probably actually show you how to use it.
Yeah.
And
A little. Oh, when it hurt.
yeah, Aurora's going to take the watch and just give Echo a kind of rundown on how to use it. Like, all you have to do to turn the turnstile backwards is just turn the knob this way. There you go. And it'll just, yeah. Like I said, no further than 1 hour.
Hey, I am curious though. One more question. Whose initials are these?
And Raylan goes Ted's, and Aurora's like, go on, explain. Right. Those are the initials of my wife and son, both not here.
Oh.
A reminder of why I should not have done what I did. Yes.
What were their names?
Me forgetting the wife's name.
Come up with an A name.
Yeah, like, I know it has an A. I had it written down. It's fine. It's like, Annalise and Leo.
Leo. Oh.
What?
I may have met your son's
Really?
partner in another timeline, and they had a pink flamingo boat.
Oh! I think I actually, I occasionally would drop by that timeline.
Yeah, he and Judas were a thing. Judas
Yes.
was way chiller, did not wear heels, and their boat looked fucking ridiculous. It was pink flamingo themed.
Like, yes, it all started out of a joke. I remember watching that. And everyone was just like, yes, and this is why I'm also on board with the pocket watch idea, because this will not be returning to Raylan. When everything is said and done, I will come to you to collect it myself.
Alright.
Good. Glad it seems like we're on the same page.
I mean, would it really be so bad if you just, like, sent Raylan to that timeline after all this is said and done and just let him really, like, retired or some shit?
Raylan, it's like, as nice as that would be for Raylan, Raylan is arguably the reason for all of this. All these branches and timelines.
Maybe he could do, like, his, like, eternity of, like, secretary work on the side, too, you know?
I suppose I could put in a bit of thought, especially
Like,
since he came up with this idea and is in full agreement of surrendering the watch.
yeah, like, okay, so, like, picture this. On the weekends, he gets to go to that timeline with your permission and authority and, like, see his son and, like, have a whole, like, father bonding moment. But, like, during the week, you work him to the bone and, like, make him do paperwork and shit and, like, like, the whole corporate bullshit.
I'll think about it.
Like, everyone's happy. Everyone's happy.
I'll think about it. Raylan, admittedly, like I said, with this idea, I will give him credit. It does seem like he's learned.
Mm-hmm.
Not guaranteeing that's what I'll do. Well, tell you what. If you manage to, keep this timeline on a decent enough track, then fine.
Oh, yeah.
And that brings me to another topic we need to discuss real quick. One I think you will be a little less thrilled to speak about.
Okay. Hit me with it.
Excuse me. Sorry, dying.
All right, you're good.
It's about Chum.
Uh-huh.
You're aware that Chum is not exactly normal in many aspects.
Well, I know he's undead.
Yes, undead, technically a homunculus.
Yeah.
He's also a vessel.
For whom? Oh, wait, because back in the thingy, the mural, we saw him with a big dude behind him. So, was that the muse?
Yes, he is the vessel's muse. He's not aware of this fact entirely.
Oh.
So that is something I would recommend not speaking about unless it becomes necessary.
Okay, yeah, that might be a little traumatic, right?
Not just that, I fear the muse will try to take hold of him.
Oh, yeah, definitely not. Nope, 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 nope. You can't have my boyfriend.
The muse, while they are cooperating somewhat with you guys, that's a whole other thing, that I don't think you were aware of until now, actually.
No, I don't think I was.
Right, Egg is still in contact with a piece of the muse. The muse is a god that functions a little differently than the rest of us. The muse is technically dead, but they left two pieces behind to ensure that there will always be a fail-safe. Frankly, a pretty safe option to do, especially given the circumstances. One piece is with Egg, the other piece is Chum.
Like Olive Chum?
Like all of Chum.
Oh.
Chum is still himself, I will say. He's not influenced by the muse in any way as of right now, but I highly recommend keeping an eye on him and keeping an eye on Egg.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for the heads up.
Of course. And I will say regarding the muse, if you sense that the muse may be tampering with Chum in any way, then I will give you, you know what, I think I still have one. And Aroa is going to fish out a small hourglass necklace. I'm going to hand it to you. It's like, break this. I'm not at my full capacity by any means, but I can still do a few tricks up my sleeves to prevent that from happening.
Oh. Okay, so how would I know? Like, I guess you would just start acting weird and shit.
I'm not entirely sure, but you are very
Yeah,
close with Chum. He trusts you,
and yeah, you're right. I would know.
I guess. Trust your gut and trust in what you know about Chum. Don't think about the muse. If Chum is not acting like himself, act.
I will.
Good. And like I said, do not mention this to anyone, obviously.
Yeah.
You're going to be playing the game of being the little secrets holder for now. Oswald gets to lose that position.
Man. He had a lot of those.
He certainly did. A lot of which kind of confused me, but I digress.
Alright.
Well, do you have any other questions?
Not at the moment.
Alright. Well then, Raylan, I suggest you send Echo back so that he can wake up with the rest of his party and they don't think he fell into a coma, preferably. Right, yes, I will go do that. And he's gonna go ahead and hand you the watch fully.
Okay. I'm gonna take it and I'll put it under my vest or shirt or whatever.
Alright, you now have the pocket watch. This is important. The pocket watch.
The pocket watch and also a little hourglass.
And little hourglass, yes. You got 2 days to tell the time now. You'll never not know what time it is.
I'm adding these to my inventory.
Yes. It's like, well, it was nice seeing you, and Echo, thank you for helping me and sticking up for me. Both in the past and now. I appreciate it.
You're a cool dude, Raylan. Even if you did do some dumb shit, but I've done dumb shit too, so
Well,
and I hope you get to see your son again one day.
I hope so too. It seems like you and Aroa surprisingly get along. Was not expecting that, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
Aroa's like, I certainly wasn't either, but it works.
Yeah.
Well then, good luck.
Thanks.
And with that, you see your vision begin to blur, and you pass out. And that is the solo session. Sparkles!
Woo!
Congratulations, Echo.
I'm so excited for Saturday.
Oh man, this is gonna be great. I've been trying to find a way to weasel this in, and I was like, perfect opportunity!
So heaved when he finds out.
Oswald, yeah.
He's gonna be like, but. I'm like, sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, oopsie, my turn.
And I highly recommend not to speak about what happened in this solo session, by the way, as just a recommendation.
For sure. My lips are sealed.
Wonderful. Excellent. Excellent. Well then, I hope anyone who stuck around to watch this enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the shenanigans, Echo. Hope you...
Yes.
Yes.
Boom.
And we will see everyone on Saturday for the next reunion session. So...
Woo!
Woo!